The Cumberland sausage was the favourite. They didn't break them into links. It was just one long sausage. One long sausage.
Sorry. Hey folks, it's your boy Rough, but welcome back to another video. Thank you for clicking on it. 10 out of 10, thank you. So we're actually doing another reaction video today. You did this to me. You did this to me again. So this is my life now. I just sit, watch people make food, and comment on it. This is it. I hope you're happy. But anyway. So last week, as I'm sure you're well aware, we did American breakfast. I got a little bit confused with some of the stuff that was put in there, but I guess until I try it, I'll never know. But it was a little bit odd. But today we are doing a staple of British cuisine. We are doing the full English breakfast. Now this is the shit. This is where it's at, folks. So we're watching this guy called Darren McGrady do it. I mean, hopefully it's going to be 10 out of 10. Hopefully it's going to be an incredible British breakfast or English breakfast. And you're going to love it. Then we'll rate it out of 10. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. The link to the original video will be in the description, so please make sure to check that out. And yeah, let's go.
Oh, it's all coming together. This is one of my favourite meals. I get so excited every time I cook a fried breakfast, an English fried breakfast.
See that? See that? That is the excitement you should have when making a breakfast. I really like this guy. 10 out of 10.
What's your favourite on this?
Oh, I like the bacon.
You like the bacon?
Of course.
Me and Winston, we like the sausage, don't we, Winston?
Oh, yes.
Winston?
Oh, this is cute.
Winston?
I've never seen this guy before.
Come back with that leg of lamb.
10 out of 10.
It was the famous playwright William Morham who once said, "To eat well in England, you should have breakfast 3 times a day."
Yes.
I could do that. It was the
I could do that.
Victorians who thought that breakfast, traditional English breakfast, was the most civilized meal of the day. And they would sit down and have kippers and deviled kidneys and just the most amazing old-fashioned ingredients, not the traditional sausage, eggs, bacon, and all of the things that we associate with the traditional breakfast today.
That's interesting.
When I was at Balmoral Castle cooking for the royal family, we'd
Oh,
cook kidneys
royal cook?
and
I don't know who
kippers
this guy
all the
is.
time. It wasn't until really the war years that English breakfast really took off. And then people were eating that sausage, eggs, bacon, mushrooms, black pudding,
Oh, it all
fried
sounds so
bread
fucking good
all
already.
the time. And it became super popular. It's one of
Okay, just going to stop you there, Darren. 1 second. I just need to see what ingredients we've got so far. So we've got mushrooms, got a bit of bread, tomatoes, bacon, black pudding, sausages, see some eggs, see some beans. This is going to be fucking good. This is going to be good. I wonder... I wasn't paying attention actually to... I probably should have been paying attention to the plate at the little coming up section. But I wasn't. I was too busy looking at him with the sausage in his mouth and what the guy was saying. So I don't actually know what was on there. I don't know if he's toasting it, if he's doing fried bread. I don't know. But I guess we'll find out. Also, super interesting facts about the Victorians and stuff. But that's not what we have for breakfast these days. No kippers for us.
one of my favourite meals, and whenever I fly into the UK, it's something I've got to have. I go straight to the restaurant in the airport and order a traditional fried breakfast.
I like this guy.
And it's so good. Here in the USA, a lot of the American pubs, British pubs, they serve a traditional breakfast. but it's not always the same. They use American bacon and American sausage.
Oh.
And worse, American beans. Yuck. I'm making a traditional fried breakfast today.
Okay.
And to make a traditional, authentic breakfast, you've got to have authentic ingredients.
Truth.
The bacon, the sausage,
Yes.
the black pudding,
Yes.
and the baked beans.
Oh.
And I've put a link to them below in the description so you can make an authentic British breakfast too. So let's go through the authentic ingredients.
Okay.
Starting with the bacon. The bacon is back bacon, not the long, thin, streaky bacon used in America. And
Now, this is what I mentioned in the last video. It's all about back bacon. I mean, I tend to go for a thick cut back bacon. I'm not 100% sure. I can't really tell on that plate. But thick cut, smoked back bacon. Oh, I could eat that shit all day. All day. It's all about back bacon. Any Americans watching? Get some fucking back bacon right now.
And it's
Change
cut
your
from
life.
the loin and has a little bit of the streaky bacon, the back bacon, on there. In England, they're cut so thin and they're called a rasher of bacon. There's a new word for you. Rashers of bacon. Sausages.
Sorry, just going back to the bacon. We do call it a rasher of bacon. Fact. But yeah, that bacon was a little bit too thin for me. I tend to go for like a thicker cut. But still back bacon. Still back bacon. It does look unsmoked as well, if I'm honest. But still 10 out of 10. You know, a little bit thin, unsmoked, but still tasty.
Authentically known as
Oh,
bangers in the UK. That's because during the war years, meat was pretty scarce and just wasn't available and was super expensive anyway and rationed. They filled the sausages with lots of rusk and lots of breadcrumbs and lots of seasonings and lots of fat in there too. So when they were in the pan cooking away, sometimes that fat would just burst through the skin. They'd bang, bangers, and splatter everywhere. That's where the bangers came from.
That could be true, or we bang people with them.
There's many different types of sausages you can have for breakfast, and the traditional ones are ground pork and seasonings like mace, which is sort of the outer kernel of the nutmeg, and then the rusk in there as well. My favourite are Lincolnshire sausages. The sage and onion flavour in there is just amazing. When I cooked for the royal family, the Cumberland sausage was the favourite. They didn't break them into links. It was just one long sausage. One long sausage.
Sorry.
Cook as a whole sausage, and then it could cut the portion that you wanted. Sausages, in my opinion, are what make breakfast. In England alone,
bacon,
they
but...
spend $1 billion a year on sausages. The sausage man in the UK. Black pudding.
Do love a sausage.
It gets a bad rap, but you know what? It's so tasty. It's
so
high
fucking
in
good.
fibre and rich in iron. What's in it? It's pig's blood.
Yeah, it is.
It's pig's blood, and it's thickened with meal, with oatmeal and things like that, and lots of seasonings, and all packed together, and it's absolutely delicious.
Yes,
this
it
was
is.
a favourite of King Henry VIII. Way back in Tudor times, he'd have this on the menu all the time. Back in the war years, housewives would actually walk over to the abattoir carrying a pail and come back with a big pail of blood
Jesus.
that they'd make their own black pudding to last them the week.
The week? How much black pudding are they making? Like a full pail of blood? Like, Jesus. They used to fucking devour that shit, apparently. I mean, not gonna lie, black pudding is where it's at. Like, cooked properly, it's so fucking good. Concept is disgusting. I appreciate that. But it tastes so fucking good. Just like haggis. Concept, gross. Taste, amazing. I'm liking all these little historical facts and stuff. And every time he goes, when I used to cook for the royal family, I like his pride with it. 10 out of 10. Happy chappy. Happy chappy. Yes.
It's so good. No, you've got to try it. Order some and try it. I promise you'll
Do it.
love it.
Right now.
Mushrooms need to be the little baby bellas. They call them flat mushrooms in the UK. They're a little more open than this, but they're really meaty in texture and they add a gorgeous flavor to the breakfast. And then tomatoes. Tomatoes, we can't use tinned, canned. You have to use fresh tomatoes, usually from the greenhouse in jolly old UK, right?
I love how he's translating things, so I don't have to. 10 out of 10. Yes. I'm pretty sure that's about the 7th time I've said 10 out of 10 this video so far. You're welcome. If he doesn't get a 10 out of 10 in the end, it's going to be very disappointing. But yeah, so tomatoes are probably the only thing that I won't have on an English breakfast, and that's only because I'm not a huge fan of them. But there are quite a few people that have tinned tomatoes on an English breakfast. That is quite a common thing around here, especially. So there's a term called greasy spoon cafe, and it's kind of like your, how do I put this? It's kind of like your more sort of, it's not very fancy. It's not your very fancy cafe sort of thing, you know. I mean, it's pretty good. So kind of like diner-esque, I guess, like your greasy spoons. But in there, you find a lot of the times that they'll do like tinned tomatoes with an English breakfast. But I just tend to opt out of it anyway. But yeah, tomatoes. There you go.
You take the tomatoes, you cut them in half and saute them, and they're just the perfect addition to this fried breakfast. Bread.
Saute? Was it? Okay. I don't know. I thought it was. I don't know. Okay. Bread.
We have bread, but we don't always have toast.
True.
And it's fried bread that we normally serve with a traditional breakfast. Lots of oil in the pan. We drop in the bread and we fry it till it's crispy. As you bite into it, all that oil runs down your chin.
Okay. Best fried bread, right? Hands down. So you fry your bacon, get all the fat in the pan from the bacon, put your bread on there, both sides. So fucking good. So fucking good. Fried bread is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Sometimes though it can be a little bit too greasy. Like if like it's kind of been deep fat fried, so it can get super greasy, but still pretty good.
Oh, delicious. We only live till about 25 in England, but we do eat good.
Truth.
Eggs. You can do boiled eggs, you can do poached eggs, you can do scrambled eggs, but for the traditional breakfast, it's got to be fried eggs. And finally, the beans. It's got to be baked beans and it's got to be Heinz.
It has.
English baked beans. In 1886, Heinz started introducing baked beans into the UK. Now, over 2 million cans a day are consumed in the UK.
1886? Fucking hell. We've had beans for quite some time. Jesus. 10 out of 10, Heinz. Shit, I said it again. Sorry, folks. But yes, Heinz. Improving our lives, even though we live till 25. I'll be dead by the end of the year.
Everybody loves their baked beans. They really are the best. They even have the royal warrant. They provide beans to Buckingham Palace. I used to cook beans for breakfast at Buckingham Palace too, and Princess Diana loved them. She'd actually eat a whole tin of beans for breakfast. Sounds crazy, but you know,
just beans. I was gonna pause it and say, oh yeah, they just ate just beans, but just beans. I mean, each to their own. I suppose that the royal family do whatever the fuck they want. Just bean, hold it.
So when you think about it, there's only 7 grams of sugar in the English style baked beans. They're rich in protein, high in fiber, very low in fat as well. And so they're perfect for her to eat that really big carb boost, ready for going to the gym and doing a workout. Now let's get cooking. Sausages take the longest to cook, so we start with those. A little oil in the pan first.
Yes.
And then we can add the sausages.
Whoa, and sausages do look pretty good, to be fair. Oh, that's cheeky.
Even Winston likes sausages.
Oh, Winston.
Once the sausages start cooking, then we can add the bacon. Now the bacon is not going to go super crispy. It's not like American bacon with all that fat marbled through it. It's, like I said, like a sort of pork loin, but the flavour is so good.
It is so good.
Then we can start the mushrooms.
Wait. Crispy bacon is where it's at, though, because obviously you've the white fat bit around the edge of it still. That's where you want to get nice and crisp. So it's not the whole thing, but just that edge, perfectly crisp, is it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
The black pudding. The mushrooms, a little oil in the pan, and drop the mushrooms in.
Not chopping them.
And I like to add a little butter in there as well. It's tempting to add some garlic, you know, the garlic mushrooms and everything.
Doesn't quite
but
work,
not
though.
for breakfast, not in a traditional breakfast. The black pudding just needs a little bit of oil in the pan.
Oh, I want this guy to feed me. Be my daddy. Wait, what?
It's already cooked, so all we're doing is reheating it. And when we reheat it, we're just making it nice and crispy, crunchy on the outside and really soft and tender in the middle. The beans can go in the pan, and we're just going to warm those. And then the tomatoes, let's take out that little green bit in the center.
How's it cooking them? How's it doing it?
And then just cut them in half.
Itchy eye. Cut them in half. Nice. Are you grilling them? Are they going to be grilled? This is the grilled mushrooms. Grilled mushrooms. Usually what we do in an English breakfast. So I hope he's grilling them. By grilled mushrooms, I meant grilled tomatoes. Fuck.
Salt and pepper.
Cheeky.
And into the pan, upside down.
Into the pan, fried. Fried
Keep an eye on the
tomatoes.
sausages. We don't want them to burn, but cooking them on low, that helps them from stop spitting. And then we can turn the bacon too.
How's it looking?
And the black pudding. The tomatoes, we're just going to get a nice sear on one side and then turn them over. We don't want to cook them until they go really mushy. I mean, we might as well use canned tomatoes. Cooking them in the same pan as the black pudding. As the black pudding releases all that fat in there, that pork fat, that flavour goes into the tomatoes. Oh, it's all coming together. This is one of my favourite meals. I get so excited every time I cook a fried breakfast.
Again, yes. That is the face you want when you're about to devour a breakfast. That level of excitement every time. That's how I get. Yes, you can tell this man who loves his food. Yes, Darren.
An English fried breakfast. And give the beans a stir.
Go on, cheeky stir.
Whoever thought about having beans for breakfast was a genius. I mean, it's pure protein and it's carbs and it's super healthy. Fills your belly, ready for the day. Now, obviously, if you're making this at home,
also makes you fart, apparently.
You don't need to get 28 pans on the stove like I'm doing. You can just get one big skillet and you can push everything together and do it in there. Just remember that you have to go in order. Start off with those sausages, then go in with the bacon, and then the mushrooms, the black pudding, the tomatoes, and then finally your baked beans, obviously in a separate pot, otherwise it goes all mushy. Once everything's cooked, you can just put it all in one pan or on a tray, a little aluminum foil over it and keep it warm while we do the fried bread.
He said aluminum foil. Darren, I had so much respect for you. I had so much respect. Well, now you've ruined my day.
Bread and the eggs. The fried bread, we want some oil in the pan.
Oh,
Lots
not
of
some oil.
We're deep frying. If you've got some bacon juices, that's even better.
Yes,
in here
that's
too.
what I said.
We get the oil hot
I
and
know what
then
I'm talking
drop
about.
the bread into that hot oil. The eggs, again, some more oil, not too much. And
Nah.
then we can take the eggs and crack them into the pan. It helps if you've got really fresh eggs. The older the eggs, they just start falling apart. Once the eggs are in the pan, let them sit there. Don't start pushing them about, moving them around. Let them sit. Let the albumin just all come together. When we drop the bread into the oil, it needs to start sizzling. It's fried bread after all. But let that cook until it starts to get crispy and golden brown on the outside. And then we can turn it.
Oh,
See?
that does look sexy.
Well, the eggs
to
are
be fair.
cooking, and we don't need to toss them over. We're doing them sunny side up, not over easy. And they'll carry on cooking if we just leave them there. That residual heat keeps them cooking through. While they finish cooking, we can start plating everything else. Breakfast, when I was cooking for the royal family, was always served as a buffet. So people would get up, you know, between sort of 8:30, and just come down for breakfast. And that way they could help themselves to what.
That sounds fucking amazing. I wish, like, when I woke up, someone would just be there, made a full-on buffet for me. Just for me. This is the dream. Right, I need to get myself in the royal family. Also, he says, when I cooked for the royal family, just as much as I say, 10 out of 10. Love it.
Whatever it was that they wanted. This delicious bacon that's just gone a little crispy,
yes.
but it's still nice and tender too.
That is sexy bacon, that is. Jeez. Look at perfect crisp on that. Just look at that. Those sausages look really good as well. And that. Oh, this is. Any Americans watching, this is what you need. This is what you need.
And then carefully with the mushrooms and the tomatoes.
Not sure about the fried
the baked
tomatoes.
beans,
But that's okay.
our eggs,
That eggs look pretty good as well,
and
though.
these mushrooms.
Well, yeah, they also look good.
And finally, some fried bread.
That is a hearty plate as well.
The full English breakfast. Eggs, bacon, sausage, tomatoes, mushrooms, baked beans, black pudding, the full Monty. It's called the full Monty because General Montgomery loved this for his breakfast too. The tradition of this breakfast.
I'm not going to lie, folks. Looking at this. I'm not going to go there, but you know, it's may as well be porn for me.
Let's go and eat.
Let's do it. Fucking devour it. Ship it over to me.
The only other thing we need to complement the breakfast is HP sauce. It stands for Houses of Parliament. It's been around for 100 years or more. This beautiful molasses flavored sauce, a little bit like sort of A1, but in my opinion, much better. Anyway, enough talking. Let's start eating some of this. There's so much food. Harry, come round and join me.
Okay, so this is quite a controversial topic in the UK of what sauce to have with an English breakfast. So you've got brown sauce or HP sauce, as he's got there, or a lot of people like to have ketchup with it. Now, I think it's more like Northerners that are all like, nah, nah. Put ketchup on your breakfast and I'll break your legs. But yeah, it's I'm a big fan of ketchup on an English breakfast. Sorry, folks, but yeah, it's quite a controversial topic, but I'm a big fan.
Come and eat some of this breakfast. I
We're
know
just
you
gonna
like
watch him eat
breakfast
now.
too.
Is that where we're at?
And Winston's here. Winston loves
Just
this
watching.
food. Winston loves sausage. Winston loves bacon.
I love Winston.
Dig in.
I love Winston.
As they say in England, eat up, you're at your auntie's. What's your favourite on this?
Never said that in my
I
life.
like the bacon.
You like the bacon?
Me and Winston, we like the sausage, don't we, Winston?
You do realise the cameras are still rolling.
Wait, what? That bit's not going in the video. Cut.
Got him. Okay, I'm gonna watch the end of the video, but we gotta rate the shit out of this. Right, let's go back. Let's go back. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's have a cheeky look into this. Sausages. Cooked to perfection. Like, they're not burnt. They're just the perfect colour. Yes. Fried bread. Now, it looks like he's got some quite thick bread. Not quite the loaf that the Sam the cooking guy had in the American breakfast, but you know, pretty thick, pretty nice. Like, really nice colour. Absolutely loving it. Beans are beans. If you fuck up beans, then I don't know what you're doing with your life. Mushrooms, I was a little bit surprised that he didn't chop them, so we tend to have... I suppose some places don't do it, but more common than not, you'll have like chopped up mushrooms, or from what I've experienced in any way. But they still look pretty fucking good. I love mushrooms. Oh, they're just so good. Eggs got a nice crisp around them. I think I much prefer like a scrambled egg with a breakfast, but each to their own. Yeah, they look pretty good. And that bacon looked fucking divine. It was so good. So, what do I rate it? What do I give Darren for his breakfast? I mean, again, this is all based on my opinion and just having a look, not tasting it. But it's gotta be. It's gotta be. So, folks, for the last time in this video, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Like, I'd devour that shit. I would devour that shit. Straight up. Be fucking amazing. So, I'll watch the end of the video just giving that watch time. But folks, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please just ever so gently tap that like button. It's never done anything bad to you, so make sure you do it nicely. If you want to watch some more, then tap that subscribe button as well. But yeah, that is all from me. Hopefully I'll see you next Monday with some more food. But catch you later. Bye!